And last, if not the least, point number 70, post-COVID-19. When anybody, let's say, goes through a crisis in their life, okay, it takes them at least 1 to 2 years to bounce out of it. Right now, the COVID crisis, it's going to kind of normalize by November. Now, right now it's Ramadan. It's going to normalize by November, okay, of 2020. Until then, nobody's going to travel. So no revenue much until 2020. And even if there is, it's going to be very limited. You just need to watch this. Nobody's going to travel much. So obviously, Emirates earnings are going to be fucked. 2021. How many people do you think are planning their holidays? How many people do you think are thinking of, I'm going to go to Dubai, I'm going to enjoy, I'm going to travel? And Emirates Airlines is not cheap. Emirates Airlines, the ticket prices are not cheap. People are going to think, why should I spend for this? Might as well spend half price with another airline. Okay, they're going to spend cheap. Then nobody's going to think of spending more money. Anyway, you're going to travel to that particular destination. Why not go cheap? So Emirates, what it's going to do is, with Dubai, which they claim they're not working together, they would make very cheap, very affordable holidays for UAE. What kind of traveler would come there? How many travelers would come there? There are people who would be budgeted, and that would impact Emirates Airlines earnings. The normal, life going back to normal, another 2 years. Another 2 years it's going to hit. So 2 years, no revenue, no big money, no big profit, with 250 aircrafts not being used, hardly anything being used. So they'll have to terminate people. They'll have to let people go. They'll have to, bring down their expenses. So it's going to take time. The world will reach its sense of normalcy after 5 years. You seriously think UAE has that kind of money? Emirates Airlines has that kind of money to survive the next 5 years when they have to pay for the A380s, which are still not paid, when Dubai has to pay 21 billion, which is not yet paid, when Dubai has to again borrow for this, when Dubai has to borrow again to make Expo 2020 a success. Say Expo 2020, what is Expo 2020? It is not about inviting people to come and celebrate UAE. Expo 2020 is inviting investors. How many investors do you think want to come there? How many? What do you think? They are projected 25 million people. You seriously think 25 million people are going to come there? Are you stupid? The only people who are going to come, investors, decision makers, but they are going to come very few. Emirates Airlines cannot survive with 250 fleet, with being the largest airline in the world. It cannot survive. We have seen the demise of Chrysler, of General Motors. We have seen what happened to all the big giants, whether you could say it's Ford, Kodak, all these companies, they changed with time. Where once upon a time, Hot Wheel was the most important. Where is Hot Wheel today? Once upon a time, Windows was everywhere. Where is Windows today? Okay. So, what you need to understand, times are changing. And with COVID-19, we are moving into a new era, a new direction, a totally new world where people are going to think twice before spending. You don't have to go very far. I'm asking you, are you going to travel? Are you going to spend money? Are you going to blow money? Are you going to think of your next holiday? Are you going to borrow on credit? Take your credit card, which anyway banks are not giving now. What are you going to do? So when you as an individual are not planning to travel, like go for a big holiday and do all crazy stuff, spend money, but think of saving money, earning money, taking care of your family for the next 2 years. Which idiot do you think is going to start traveling? The majority are not. Emirates Airlines grew its operations based on the fallacy that from 80 million visitors, Dubai would be attracting 200 million visitors. From 80 million, it has gone to maybe half. Nobody is coming in. Hardly anyone is going out. People are holding on to their jobs with their lives. Emirates Airlines is grown too big. The only way to survive is for it to terminate and reduce its operations by at least 60%. At least 60% has to go. Healthy would be 80%, but obviously they can't do that. See, and here's another thing. Emirates Airlines was created on the vision, the grand vision of Sheikh Mohammed, the big dreams, the delusion, as you can call it. Sheikh Mohammed is one step towards his grave. Great man during the boom period, but bad decisions during the crisis period. He is one step towards the grave. He's at 70. Nobody's going to invest. Nobody's going to take a gamble because he can die at any point of time. He has diabetes, he has blood pressure, he's old. I don't wish him anything bad. Now, his next generation, Fazza, is coming over, but nobody knows him. Nobody knows his leadership. Nobody knows his vision. Nobody wants to take a gamble with a young man who has to shoulder the father's loan of Emirates Airlines, 21 billion for Dubai, Nakil, Emaar, Palm Island 1, 2, 3, then Al Maktoum Airport, then District, the uncompleted projects. He has to shoulder all this. Who do you think is going to take a gamble and invest? After the father dies, maybe the son will say, sorry, it's not my headache. My father made the promises. I never made any. Because he's a different person, different leader. He has different sense of priorities. They'll have to see if here's the thing. What happened to all the investors who invested on Palm Island 1, 2, 3, the world and all those projects and all those apartments? What happened to all that money? It's gone. Dubai, the Middle East, survives on black money, which was not being taxed, which was, escaping all the, like Cayman Islands, which was escaping the international law. But ever since Dubai was saying, hey, look at me, international market and all the people started looking at Dubai with a microscope. It's very simple. See what happened to VR Shetty's empire. The minute it went international, it went public, all the illegal or loopholes were being exposed. Dubai, the more it goes bigger and say, look at me and international, the more it'll be exposed. And that's bad for Dubai. So Dubai can only survive being small. Dubai tried to be another Hong Kong. It tried to be another Singapore. It failed. It failed miserably. They're trying once again. They're building that big Ferris wheel and the island next to Dubai near JLT area. Jumeirah residence. Sorry, that area, man. JLT, JBR area. That big Ferris wheel. They want to make that a casino. They want to make gambling there because it's away from the mainland. Okay, away from the mainland. Technically, it's away from the mainland. And they're building an artificial island where they thought they would have the gambling and the modern Las Vegas there. But everything is stopped. See, the problem is Dubai believes in the future. Oh, I will get the money in the future. I will make billions in the future. It's being too hopeful of the future without assuming, even for a minute, a second, that maybe the future is not going to bring anything positive. It's going to bring negative. And they never prepared for this. That's why today, so many people around the world are fucked. Dubai lived a dream. It was once upon a time a paradise. It was once upon a time a place where you could make easy money. Today you can't make easy money. Those days are over. Emirates Airlines grew, but then it went too fast, too soon, unsustainable. Now it has to maintain that expense. It has to maintain that fleet of people. It has to maintain the fleet of aircrafts. It has to maintain all this headache that it took on itself, and it's on a nosedive. The A380s was the final nail in the coffin because the most expensive, useless aircrafts, which you have to pay 30,000 per hour dollars just to keep it in the air, only Emirates Airlines has that. So these are my analysis as to why UAE is going to fail. Emirates Airlines is going to fail miserably. It's headed towards bankruptcy. It will fail. This is my prediction for it. You let me know in the comment section below whether you think I'm right or wrong. I predicted the property market would crash. I predicted the cities and the buildings that were booming, that will crash. That happened. I predicted Expo 2020 would be a failure. That happened. Now my next prediction is Emirates Airlines is headed towards bankruptcy. I'm saying this today. What's the date? I'm saying this today on 8th May 2020. Remember this, that I said it first. And you can tell me if I'm right or wrong. So Loy from LoyMachedo.com, who's Loy Machedo and Think Personal Branding. Sharing with you his thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. This is me saying goodbye. Take care.
Are you fed up of life? Earning a pathetic salary, working long hours, having an ungrateful boss, facing office politics. The constant fear of losing your job And after paying rent, groceries, shopping, and children's expenses, you were left with hardly any savings. Is this the life you dreamed of? Or do you wish to change your life forever? Meet Loy Machedo, the world's #1 personal branding coach. He will help you identify the real you, position and sell yourself by getting the job of your dreams, and make good money anywhere in the world. If you do not believe me, Google his name, Loy Machedo, and you will find 2 million web links online and over 200 recommendations from very happy clients. So the question is, do you want to change your life? If yes, then contact Loy Machedo. www.loymachedo.com. Who is loymachedo.com? thinkpersonalbranding.com. What are you waiting for? Do it now.